Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. Returning to you tonight for this next movie review for a 2024 film I got a chance to finish up on for the new Gladiator 2 movie, the 2024 film that I got a chance to listen to for myself, see what I was going to think of this overall film as I watched through it for the 2 hours and 28 minutes. So I'm going to discuss what I watched for this Paul Mescal, Pedro Pascal, Denzel Washington, and many other uh, actors. And Connie Nielsen, I think, is in this film as well. So I'll let you know what I thought of this movie overall, along with Joseph Quinn. He was in this movie too. So let's dive into this movie review. Now, basically, the beginning starts off where uh, basically Paul Mescal's character Lucius Aurelius is his actual name, Lucas Maximus Aurelius or something like that, But overall, from what I've seen with the movie, it goes into explanation of how the first one began, and it's kind of the sequel to the first one, of course, but there's more to the story. You find out a little more about this Paul Mescal's character as Lucius, and he's basically the royal prince that was lost and all that to Lucilla, or something like that. But Connie Nielsen's performance was pretty strong. There was other performances in here that were really strong as well. But execution-wise, this movie was pretty good. It wasn't as good as the first film, but it's still a strong film from what I've seen. Denzel Washington plays a bad guy, of course. You think he's a good guy, then you find out later on that he's a bad guy in secret and just wants all the power and glory of Rome and wants to build an empire and be a mass dictator in a way. So, pretty much trying to rule over Rome and destroy anyone that opposes him and kill off anyone that opposes him too. So basically, Maracus, I think is his name, uh, Macarus, or whatever his name is, Denzel Washington's character. He put on a good performance as the villain, but still, all good. Even when villains rise up and try to uh, get away from the good guys and all that, good guys always prevail. Paul Mescal's character. If you've seen this film Gladiator 2, you know what happens to Denzel Washington's character at the end of the film. But it's still a strong movie from what I've seen. The fight scenes, the arena scenes, the Coliseum scenes were pretty strong. But I think when the movie presents itself with a good story and it just had something good going for this movie. Joseph Quinn plays one of the empresses, the emperors or whatever. So basically, one of the lords in the movie is basically ruling over Rome or a certain city in Rome. And you pretty much get used to some of his character, but he is the bad guy, of course. Bad guy that didn't lasted through most of the movie, but his character got killed off in the film. But overall, from what I've seen with Gladiator 2, I think it's a good sequel. It's a pretty strong sequel. Pedro Pascal's character at the beginning of the film to get back to what I was trying to say before going into different parts of the movie that I've seen. I think the beginning of the film was a sad moment where Paul Mescal's character Lucius lost the love of his life during a battle of a free country that was claimed by the Roman Empire. And basically, Pedro Pascal was an instrument of war for these emperors that were kind of telling him to go take this city in the name of the Roman Empire, in the name of us, these two emperor guys. So basically, from what I've seen with the film, it executed pretty well, and pretty much the bad guys got their just desserts, and you see that it ends off pretty well for Paul Mescal's character. So if I were to give Gladiator 2 its deserved score, I'm feeling a strong 8.5 out of 10 for this film. Pretty good film, not as good as the first one, but it's still a pretty good film from what I've seen. It was probably a movie I was not sure if I was going to like, but I actually did like it. And I like the storyline to it. Interesting storyline. I mean, dark, bloody storyline, of course. A lot of things happen during this film that get very interesting. And the Coliseum fight scenes are pretty interesting. But execution-wise, this movie performed very well with the plot, the premise, and everything. So 8.5 out of 10 for Gladiator 2. I hope you enjoyed this movie review tonight, and thank you guys for watching.